Hi there, this is Lisa with Queen Bee Creations. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I go live here on YouTube and Facebook doing a free online class. Normally I do that every Monday at 2:30, and I'm still doing Mondays at 2:30, but I'm trying to add a little bit extra in there to get you guys to view me a little more on YouTube, so I'm going live on a Thursday. And we're making a box because I was going to put this on my website. And the last box I put up, I put a little diagram. I always make a pin for you guys to put to Pinterest. And they said they still wanted the video. So I'm here today with the video to show you how this box goes together so easily. And I hope you enjoy it. Put you down on my desk, and there we are. So welcome. Go ahead and let me know you're here. I hope you're subscribed to my YouTube channel and that you have turned on notifications so that you find out these new times I start going live. I'm going to start out by showing you how I made this. And you just notice this is exactly what this looks like, the diagram here. So I started out with a piece of cardstock, and it is 7 inches by 9 inches. So again, just like the diagram. And then I'm going to bring in my Simply Scored. I prefer to use the Simply Scored instead of my trimmer because I find it to be more accurate. Because I am forced to stay in a little track, I find that my boxes are much more square. Hi, Janet. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so I'm going to go according to our diagram here. So I'm going to score at 1/2 inch, 1 1/4, 6 1/4, and 7. Okay. So here we go at 1/2, 1 1/4, 6 1/4, and then 7. Then I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees, and I'm going to go here on the long side at 3 3 3/4, 6 3/4, and 7 1/2. Okay, so I don't know if you guys are figuring this out here, but I want to show you how simple this can be. When you want to make a box, I usually use my grid paper, and because there's the measurements down the side and there's actually the center point here. But if I want to make a box and I want it to be 5 inches by 3 inches, okay, so I'm going to start with that. And then, okay, 5 by 3, it's going to be 3/4 inch deep. So here's my 5 by 3, and then my 3/4 inch deep, and then I've got a 1/2 inch to fold over. So no matter what size box you're looking to make, if you take just the square of what size you need your box to be finished, and then add the height, both directions, then add the little flap, and then add your lid. So it's really simple. I had a, there we go. See, I have a bulletin folder. I'm also going to make sure that I'm good and scored. Like I said, I wanted my things to be accurate, and I want them good and scored because I want my box to be square when it's all done. Like true, I guess, square. You know what I mean? It's not a physical square. It's going to not be cattywampus. Okay, so now I've done all of my score lines. Now, looking at my diagram, I want this big open space to be up here. So that's going to be this area right here. Then I'm going to take away these 2 panels. Okay, so I'm going to take my paper snips and I'm going to remove these 2 on both sides. Okay, so that was step 1. Okay, step 2, I'm going to remove these 2 right here. So this top one was 2 rows and 2 columns. And this is 2 rows and 1 column down here. Then I want these things to be flaps. And so I'm going to come in straight across with those. And there we go. So there, all we need to do is glue it together. Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to glue my flaps inside. So normally we would fold it all up and we would say, okay, we want these things glued inside. And we're looking at it going, okay, how are we going to get glue, you know, like down in here? And so what I did was I went ahead and folded this the other way, my 2 little flaps, and then I folded this the other way. Now, in the long run, those are going to be folded in, but I want them out of the way so I can see how I'm putting my box together. And then I'm going to put adhesive on these little flaps. Then I'm going to fold it in and hold it. So by having these things folded out, I can see a whole lot better. Does that make sense? I mean, you don't have to do this, but I sure found it helped me a lot to be able to look at it from both sides and know that I'm kind of squared up back here and then I'm squared up inside. See, that one went a little cattywampus. So I'm going to move it in. That's why we're using liquid glue. So we have the wiggle room. And there we go. So now those 2 flaps are in. Okay, that one's glued here. This one's glued here. Then I want these ones to go in. And then this is going to wrap and go back. Okay, now I've got this one, the short one, on the outside because I want it to have these smooth edges. I don't want any seam to show at the front. Okay, so we're going to fold these ones in first. Then we're going to add these. And then because this is our opening, just for fun, I'm going to give it a little bit of a snip to give it an angle. It's not necessary. I just kind of like the look of it. Then we can glue these down. And again, I'm just making sure that I'm squared up at the bottom and squared up back here. I mean, and you could put anything you wanted in this box. The gal I was looking at that I got the idea from, she had little Easter candies that were standing up inside there. I tried it with a Kit Kat bar and a Reese's because my husband likes Reese's cups, and they all fit. You know, you could, of course, customize it a little more if you wanted, but if you wanted to be simple and leave it the way it is, you can do that too. Just giving it a little cleanup. Okay, so that's essentially it. That's our box. But you'll notice it flaps there. So I wanted to put some decoration on it, and I wanted a magnet closure. If you go to my blog, queenbeecreations.net, up under shop is a link that says my favorite things. And in there is a link to Amazon that has these teeny tiny magnets. I love these things. I use them on a lot, and they're teeny. They're like really thin. And I can use them on my boxes and cards and things as a closure, and they're not extra bulk, if you know what I mean. And they work perfectly with our glue dots. So I almost always put them on with a glue dot. I mean, and you know how big our mini glue dots are, and the magnet goes right over it. And I'm leaving the two magnets together because they do have that polarization where only one side will adhere, the other one wants to flip. So I naturally let it go this direction, and then I'll show you how we put the second one on in a kind of a natural fashion to let it hit where it wants to hit and not argue with it. So I'm decorating it similar to this one. I'm using blues and reds this time. So again, on my diagram, the colored paper, I've got two of them that are 4 7/8 by 2 7/8. And then one that is 4 7/8 by 1 3/8. Now, the reason I have two of this one and only one of this is we're not going to see the back side of this piece, but we are going to see the back of this one. And so that just gives us some decoration on the inside as well as the outside of the box. So we need two of those. And then, of course, we need two of the designer series paper to go with it. Now, this bundle, this set of dies and our designer series paper are right now on the last chance clearance for 50% off. So that's a really good deal. You can still buy it as a bundle, but don't. You want to buy them separate because you will save more money by buying the dies, the paper, and this separate because of the sale. So you want to make sure that you take a look at the sale. I did send out a newsletter last night that had all of the links, like there were little photographs and links to all of the stuff that's on clearance right now. So it makes it really easy for you to pop on over to my website and purchase it there. Okay, here I'm going to take here we go. I'm going to take the piece of paper I cut off of this one. Again, not necessary, but when I put this designer series paper here and this one here, they line up. Most people don't notice. My accounting brain does. So that's the way I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to take my other piece and that's going to go on the outside. And I did these in 1/8 inch mat because it is so small. There's nothing to say you couldn't do this with a 1/4 inch mat and not have the 1/8 inch, but that's up to you. You would just have a bigger border around the edge and then less surface area in the middle to decorate. That's up to you. Yeah, Melinda had said that this umpire's vest or catcher's vest looks a lot like the swimsuits in our new catalog. So now that we've heard that, we can't unsee it. Then I used the dies with some cardstock and I cut this out. This is just a large ticket. And then I used the dies. Oop, did I freeze? There we go. So this was a die, and then this was a die and I cut this out of the designer series paper, and it's even perforated. So it tears off like a normal ticket stub would. I thought that was really cute. So I've got my ticket and I've got some, random tickets, like little strips of them. So I've got those two. And then I cut out a number 1. Now this is one die and it cuts a positive and a negative. And good thing I can't find the positive because I'm working with the negative. We're going to do this here. I'm going to use the circle and we're going to see the negative number 1 in there. So now we're ready to just decorate. So what do you think? Was this as hard as you thought it was going to be? I know some people think boxes are complicated, but they don't have to be. Now, if you're watching live, make sure you enter #PrizePatrol. I do have that up there on my screen, and hopefully this time I won't forget. I apologize to Stephanie. She won Mondays, but I signed off before I did the spin. So that video is on my Facebook page or my Facebook group, but Stephanie Pacheco won that one. But if you're live, put in hashtag Prize Patrol. And if you're watching replay, type in replay just so I know you were here. It helps me to know I'm not out here talking to myself. And I want to know that you find these things helpful and how I can explain things better, because that's my job as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, is to show you the simplicity and how this works and to make the most of your stamping experience. Did you guys also see that the kits are on sale? If you have young ones in your life, the kits are a great summer activity for the grandkids or younger kids to do art. My grandkids love to do our kits because everything's already pre-cut and ready to go, and you just stamp and assemble. It's kind of like coming to one of my classes live with everything already done for you, so it goes really quickly. You don't have to do it as the kit suggests. You can get online, and lots of us, myself included, do alternatives with each kit and show alternative ideas where you can use the pieces in the kit, but not necessarily make the exact card that the kit calls for. But right now, if you buy one, you get one half off. So that's kind of a good deal. Combine that with our last chance sale, and there's all kinds of opportunity to save money. And then, of course, if you use my hostess code or host code on the side, which is easy to remember this month, I thought it was so funny because it's VTFD, like Vermont Fire Department, and then B6 DJ. The Vermont Fire Department wanted to give B6 to the DJ, like a vitamin B6. So it's like super easy to remember. I wish they were all that easy. Oh, and I forgot. Okay, so I got busy talking and I blabbered my mouth, but you can put the magnet underneath the designer series paper. When you have just the two red pieces, that's normally when I attach my magnets. But I started blabbering and I forgot. So with this one, they're going to see. But on this one, you can see it's underneath the designer series paper. So, I mean, you can see it a teeny bit, but not a lot. The parking lot waiting on daughter. Are they still in school? I thought school was out by now. It must be getting really close if it's not out already. Okay, so the outside, like I said, I'm going to decorate using the tickets that I die cut. And then because this is taller than my box, I'm going to go ahead and use my perforation and tear this off. That's going to go here and here. So what do you think? Who's going to be making a box? Yep, good thing there's a replay, Nancy. If you have any questions whatsoever, just shoot me a message. I'm more than happy to answer any questions you have. You're not bothering me. That's my job. That's why I'm here. And there we go. there's our second treat box. Now I could have run these behind the tickets. I didn't. It's not necessary. On my other card, I took and used it on the inside. They're just about the perfect length to put right down the side on the inside. If you wanted to do it long ways, you could always put them end to end. If they were the same color, they would look continuous. Or you can put one that way and one kind of at an angle so it looks like they're tearing them off. But they're really cute. And I did them out of the cardstock, but they look really good out of some of the various designer series papers that are, I don't know, not blank, but don't have much detail to them. The tickets look really good out of designer series paper like this. This is some old retired stuff and totally doesn't match our baseball theme over there. But if I cut tickets out of this side, or even if I stamped them and then cut them out, they would look as if they belonged there. So again, this is going to go on my blog Friday. I'm going to try to get this pattern down where I go live on a Monday. That post will go up Wednesday, and then Thursday I'll do a video, and that post will go up Friday. So that's my plan. I'm hoping it works out. You know, there's always interruptions regardless of how hard I try. Technology and life get in the way. But it came out for today. We finished our box in less than half an hour, and I hope you enjoyed it and you give it a try. So again, I'm going to, a link to my blog is queenbeecreations.net. And don't forget to sign up at the, let's see, type and talk. There we go. Don't forget to sign up for the newsletter because that's where I sent out the last chance sale with all the little pictures. So, and then if you're looking for the magnets, you're going to go to the queenbeecreations.net and you're going to go to shop and then products I recommend. And then that's going to throw you into another page that will show you where the magnets are. So thanks for joining me. Let's get that wheel spun before I forget. Did everybody type in Prize Patrol? Go ahead and do that. I think I only saw one so far. That one who remembered is going to be the instant winner if we don't get some more people to enter hashtag Prize Patrol. Okay. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. And here is our drawing. I'm going to go ahead and spin. Okay, so Janet's our winner. Congratulations, Janet. You will be getting a card in the mail from me. Normally it's the card I make, but this won't go in a flat envelope, so maybe I'll make a card that looks like that on the outside and send you that. Or I've got a spare from Mondays. I can also send you my little, my starburst pattern we did Monday. So again, thank you for joining me. Congratulations to Janet for being our Prize Patrol winner. And I will see you back here next Monday at 2:30 for another Facebook Live. We're going to play around with the waves of inspiration since we're coming into Father's Day when beach weather. We're going to play at the beach. So thank you. See you Monday. Bye.